Hello, my name is Taylor Roberts, and today I'm going to be discussing my internship presentation. So the first spot is, how did you find and arrange the internship? The way I was able to find the internship was through going on the BYU Idaho website, and I searched in the search tab, Marriage and Family Studies internship, and I was able to find a list of different internships, especially online, that were offered that were partnered already with BYU Idaho, and I was able to find the Dibble Institute. My responsibilities, I had kind of a wide variety of responsibilities. My job, for the most part, was to research and find contacts to send projects that we were working on through email. So I would go to different nonprofit organizations that fit the types of projects we were working on. So a lot of those included pregnancy prevention webs or nonprofits, as well as child abuse, domestic violence, those kinds of things. And then I would find the contacts of the people that were responsible for the nonprofits, and I would send them emails that we already had drafted up of the projects we were working on, and would send them an email about it. Another one of my jobs was working on grammar corrections on PowerPoints. There were a lot of different PowerPoints that went with the projects we were working on, and so my job was pretty much just to double check that all the grammar was correct, all the sizing and the font were correct on the PowerPoints, and the pictures were lined up, and that all the information was lined up with the coursework that we got the information from. How did I benefit from the site I served at? I was able to do a lot of research that took many hours that the managers did not have time to look through all day. So I guess I would say that I benefited by being able to know I was an asset to the company itself, because I was able to do the things that others didn't have time to do, yet still be able to get the word out of the Dibble Institute and the many projects we're working on, just to be able to help them out as much as I could. And then how did I personally benefit from the experience? I was able to learn how to effectively take instructions, then apply what I knew from searching websites to find emails and contact information for leaders and nonprofits. So a lot of the times I would just get a simple email saying, "Hey Taylor, here is the next project for you to work on. If you could just look up, go to every single state, look up pregnancy prevention organizations, and then here's a rough draft email that needs to be sent out." And so a lot of times I would get very little information on what I was doing, but I had to use some skills, and I was able to build on my experience of how to take these instructions and then use them to look up websites of how to find contact information. Lots of times on these websites, there was not the person directly responsible on them, so you'd have to go and research a little bit harder to find it. And so I feel like I was able to really build on my experience from that. Describe one important connection between your coursework and what you experienced during the internship. Something that I found a lot was that the focus on healthy relationships between adolescents and families was a huge part of what the coursework I was learning about. And everything that I learned at BYUI had to do with, especially in my degree, had to do with having healthy families and relationships. And so I feel like everything that I was doing for the Dibble Institute was promoting healthy relationships and families, and how to, bring the most success to children and adolescents. Would I recommend the site or experience to other students? Very much so. I feel like the leaders were very helpful in instructions and willing to help with my schedule, especially because I am still in school with different classes. They were willing to be flexible, and since it was online, I was able to do it at my own time of day, which made it a lot easier and more convenient for me, especially with my chaotic life. And then if students do want to do this, I would, like I said, highly suggest it. The best person to contact is Rebecca Powell, and I added her email below. She's very good at responding very fast, and she's just one of the nicest ladies I've ever met, and she's the one that I worked the closest with throughout the entire um, internship, and I would recommend her and the company to anybody that was looking for an internship. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this experience.